Okay, so we're now going to look at the article. The article, another piece of writing you may get in the B2 Tactless exam. Again, the objective of an article is threefold. You have to do three things. You have to entertain, interest, and inform the reader. So again, I think, as I said when I was talking about the review, an article, very often, in the question you get in an exam, okay, you can see one here. It says the best article will be published in the magazine. So this is a possible question of an article which asks you about ancient civilizations. It says at the beginning, you've seen the following announcement in an English language magazine. This is generally how it starts, because an article is for a magazine or maybe for a newspaper. And then it gives you three questions here. What ancient civilization are you fascinated by? What makes it so fascinating? And what would you like to know about it? So again, you have three questions, and this goes back to task achievement. You have to answer those three questions equally. Okay, it's no good answering two and then the third question you do very little on. You have to try to answer them equally, give them equal importance. And then, as I said, it says the best article will be published in the magazine. So this is why you have to make it interesting and entertaining at the same time as being informative. You can see as well, it says the number of words in an appropriate style, and it gives you more advice. Include all the information required, as I've said before. The second one, a variety of grammar structures and vocabulary. As I said before, okay, lexical range, structural range. Use a variety, not just the safe things that you know, but use something a little bit different, something varied, and a variety of connectors. There's that word again. So use connectors, please. Connectors are very important in all types of writing. Okay, the structure. Again, an article, like a review, benefits from a title. And again, it's better if the title is imaginative, okay, not just factual, but an imaginative one, because the idea, again, is that you begin to read, it grabs your attention, the title is interesting, and you go, okay, I'll read this. The introduction as well, obviously, it introduces the topic, why is it interesting? This again should be interesting. It's the same sort of thing as a review. It should be interesting. It should encourage you to read more. All right? So make the introduction, please, an interesting introduction. Okay? And then in paragraph 1 and paragraph 2, we have ideas that you should develop. Again, this will depend on the questions. Okay? So you have the idea, the main idea which you develop. Paragraph 2, a main idea which you develop. And then moving on to the conclusion, a summary of the main ideas. It says express a feeling, again, because the article is to do, well, it's a bit like a review with feelings, with your personal impressions or what you think, and end with an interesting last sentence. So it's emphasizing this idea of interesting, an interesting title, an interesting introduction, and an interesting last sentence. Okay, so an article has to be all this. It has to be interesting and informative. The style is personal, again, similar to the review. Anecdotes are good because it's something that you are writing about. In this case, why you like ancient civilizations. It's personal. The style of the writing is informal or semi-formal. It's not as formal, it's not as informal, sorry, as an informal letter. So it's a semi-formal or neutral way of writing, okay? So don't make it too informal. But again, it's certainly not a formal piece of writing. And again, the language should be vivid. Again, it's the same as a review. So interesting, entertaining language. Adjectives, adverbs, verbs. That's the idea, okay? Here we have some final hints. As I said, add a short title to catch the reader's attention. Okay, so a title should catch your attention and make you want to read. In the introduction, the second point is a good piece of advice. Although you don't know the readers personally, you can address them directly and ask them a rhetorical question. It helps to get them involved. So it draws the reader in if you're asked a rhetorical question. And it's a good way of linking the introduction to the next paragraph. Give examples. Don't just give opinions. You have to give opinions and examples at the same time to back them up. And also they suggest the use of humour where appropriate. So an article is quite a complete piece of writing. All these things have to be included at the same time, and the use of humour where appropriate is a good thing to try to use in an article as well. Thank you very much.